Well, after 2004, after I left the University of Calgary, I worked for 2 years in London on the London Olympic bid. And when we were successful in bringing the Games to London, I had one of those deja vu moments where do I stay in London for another 7 years and work with the organizing committee, or do I come back to Canada? And I decided, and Linda and I both wanted, actually, it was a joint decision to come back and spend more time with our family who were all finishing university and doing other things at home. So we came back, and within 2 or 3 weeks, it was almost like Frank King coming to meet me the first time. I had a call from the Canadian Olympic Committee and from the Vancouver Organizing Committee saying, "You're back in Canada. We have been thinking about why and how the Vancouver Olympic Games can be a world-class success and a success for Canadians. And what we're worried about is people will see this as an event only on the West Coast, and we don't want people's impression of the Games to be that we ran a good bus service or people were well fed or uh, something positive happened with the organizing committee. We really need to build a Canadian spirit. And there's only two ways probably to do that. One is the torch relay, which was the most extensive relay around Canada to all the communities in Canada. The other is for Canadian athletes to perform well. And they're seventh or eighth in the world right now out of the 80 countries that are in winter sport. They had 17 medals at the previous Olympic Games, and we want them. We need. I mean, we've never had a gold medal when we hosted the Calgary Games, the Montreal Games. We need some gold medals. And would you consider starting the Own the Podium program in its corporate form? Because the idea had been circulating for a few months about we need to do something, we need to get the athletes better prepared, we need to help the sport governing bodies do that job. But there was no national focus. So I was asked to pull together a consortium of partners, federal government, the Vancouver Organizing Committee, who would put up 95% of the money, the Canadian Olympic Committee, who put up 5 or 6% of the money, and the Canadian Paralympic Committee for the Paralympic Games, which were to follow immediately after the Olympic Winter Games. And the reason I accepted was all of the years that I've been involved with high performance sport, we've never had a national agency that focused only on helping the very, very best and most talented actually get to the very, very best potential. People like me and other Olympic champions came through club systems with world-class coaching and world-class commitment to training, but that wasn't pervasive at all in Canada. It was hit and miss, an occasional swimmer, occasional rower or something, but it wasn't something where you could have 14 winter sports all pushing forward to do something special. So I agreed that this was my moment to actually put in place something that I always felt we needed, and to demonstrate that A, we could do it with proper financing and with a 5-year window to get athletes ready. And secondly, which was really my ambition, because I knew we'd do better, the real thing that I wanted to do was put in place a foundation for the continuation of the program after the Games, so that this would be yet another important legacy from hosting the Games, that we created finally a world-class unit that would continue to push for excellence in sport. Well, we went from 17 medals to 26 medals at the Games, but we went from 0 gold. Well, we had 7 gold medals 8 years before the Games in the Winter Games and somebody else's Games. We went to 14 gold medals, which was a record. No host country in Olympic history had ever achieved so much achievement. And in fact, on the Olympic medal table, which is ranking the 82 countries by medals, Canada was number 1 of 82, ahead of Russia, Germany, Norway, United States, all the big powers. So it was a lot of satisfaction that we had demonstrated that this thing worked. Most importantly, the Harper government, 3 weeks after the Games, indicated that they were going to continue the program and continue the financing that VANOC, when Vancouver left and their program finished, their funding for us finished, the government of Canada would make whole the money that they had provided themselves so that we had both partners allocation in the federal government. So the program continues, and it's been expanded to the summer sports as well. And for me, it was 5 years well spent. Another tick box saying all the effort, all the hours. It created something that was an important legacy to leave and important for high performance sport in Canada.